Hello, I'm Gen X Medic. Welcome to my channel. Um, we're going to sit here and we're going to talk about politicized medicine, how it's harming people across the board, be it vaccines, be it ketamine, be it pretty much any time politics gets involved with medicine. See, you'll have politicians that want to solve problems. Now, apparently they don't actually want to solve problems, they just want to look like they're solving problems. Because if they were solving problems, well, they wouldn't have anything to be fighting about because something was solved. And they'll take something that's a political hot button and they'll jump on it. When they jump on it, now all of a sudden they look like they're great defenders of the common man. When in reality, really, they're a bunch of douchebags who have no idea what they're talking about. And 2 months later, they'll change their tune, never even acknowledging they were wrong in the first place. So let's talk about some drugs that are being unfairly maligned by politicians and the press. So that leads us to ketamine. If you talk to anyone who's actually involved in medicine, they love this drug, at least if they're following evidence-based medicine. The reason we love it is because it works for a variety of reasons, variety of purposes, and it usually works safely. There are cases where massive overdoses have been given to people, and the only side effect is they were asleep longer. This is a very common thing. It became used for controlling people that were in extreme agitation, either through psychiatric reasons or due to an overdose that's got them extremely agitated. Because it tends to be safe, it's less likely to cause loss of airway, loss of respirations, than the drug that was most commonly used previous to this, which was Versed. Versed is a benzodiazepine. It was being badly maligned, even though it's a pretty safe drug, because it's used for executions in some states as part of their cocktail. Because what's Versed? It's pretty much Valium on steroids. It's really good for bringing a person down and sedating them to a decent level. But the main thing we're doing when we're sedating people, we do not want them to lose their airway. There used to be times when these agitated patients would be restrained and they'd be put face down because we didn't want them to be able to hurt the people responding to help them. And in the process of this, all we've done is seen people get hurt. We saw people die. We tried new things. The main goal is to not tie people up and to ensure that they're still able to live. Because if you know anyone who's involved in medicine, we really don't like people dying. It kind of goes against everything we do. So I've literally had one patient that I've given ketamine that had any type of adverse reaction, and this patient was on multiple drugs. And because they were on multiple drugs, we had to monitor them a little closer. We bagged them a little bit with a bag valve device. They were fine. You do have to pay attention when you sedate somebody. That's clear. There's enough monitoring options out there. This should not be an issue. So let's get into vaccines. First of all, anti-vax people as a whole are some of the most interesting people you'll ever talk about, because they can look past any evidence and try to find something new. Does this mean vaccines are perfect? No. There's going to be some adverse reactions to any medication. There's going to be time to learn. And I'm always against politics forcing anyone to make any medical decision. That should be between a person and their physician. Because there's always new science coming out, and your doctor's more likely to know that than someone on YouTube or someone on Facebook. And your doctor knows you. Now me, I'm vaccinated. I've also had COVID. I've had pretty much, if you offer me a vaccine, chances are I'm for it. Unless that doesn't make sense for me, and for me to make that decision, I'd talk to my physician. Talk to the medical practitioner that takes care of you. This is always the right answer. But when politicians get involved, they want to make you do this or make you do that because they want a sound bite or they want to look like they're doing something. And usually when there's a matter of public health, the last person who needs to be involved in anything is a politician. Most politicians are lawyers. I'm pretty sure they're not experts on actual medicine. They're experts on the law. And that's how they want to deal with things. They want to make laws. They want to make regulations. They don't want to deal with the things as they actually happen. One of the videos I'm planning on doing is going to be a video on disaster response and how politicians deal with that. And there's going to be a lot of criticism of the media in there because I feel that a lot of the problems that politicians do in disaster response really are set up by the media. And hopefully you'll see where I'm coming from at that point. I'm not going to dress up all pretty for these videos because, first and foremost, that's not me. Okay? If you're following this, you're following to see someone who's real. I mean, I'm that guy who likes a lot of different types of music. I ride motorcycles. I do a lot of things. But sitting here in some stuffy shirt isn't going to work. Understand, I've been a paramedic for almost 20 years. I have functioned in multiple environments, which I'll probably get around to some point to do oh, look at me, look at how cool I am video. And that's all that is. When you're listing out your resume, you're saying, look at all these awesome things I've done. And instead, I want everybody to understand this is someone who's actually hoping that people will understand. And I'll probably go into some videos that'll be about my other interests. And I want to encourage other people to get into those interests. So you have a nice day, and hopefully I've provoked some thought. Please leave some comments, questions. I'll be glad to answer them. Heck, if it's good, I'll make another video on that particular question and address it. I'll give you evidence. I like doing that. I actually enjoy research. You guys have a nice day.